Warning, censorship. Warning, censorship.
Any good.
You know what though?
You're not doing the movement any good.
We're journalists though.
Are you?
So if the NDP locks up people, or used to be, we don't give one party a pass.
I mean, I came close to donating money a bunch of times to Rebel, and
you know,
not after this
people
nonsense.
don't get a free pass just because of their political affiliation.
No, I work at the hospital. I know.
Zero cases. Zero cases at Fairview. Zero. The jail they put Pastor Tim Stevens in, 500.
So we can let people mingle until there's cases and then explosion.
They let
worldwide,
people mingle at every other denomination.
There's no arguing with you.
They
You
let
guys are
people
wrong as fuck away from me, you anti-vaxxer.
You're swearing.
Stay the away, you anti-vaxxer.
What are you talking about?
That's what you are. I know you are.
Absolutely criticizing the right.
So do you
in
suggest,
favor of Rachel. You're doing a good job.
Do you suggest that we become the CBC and tell
you
one
are the
party?
CBC, obviously.
No. Adam Sos here for Rebel News, and with COVID restrictions behind us, politicians would love nothing more than to just get on with their lives. Countless politicians are attending Stampede breakfasts, hoping that handing out those hot cakes will make everyone forget what they did throughout these restrictions. They devastated businesses. They frankly cost lives. We saw the opioid crisis skyrocket. And when they're moving on with their lives, serving pancakes and getting back to political campaigning, pastors are facing jail time, including Pastor Arthur Pawlowski, his brother David Pawlowski, and Tim Stevens. So we are out once again with our Shame on Shandro truck, reminding people of what these politicians have done. If you want to help this initiative, go to shameonshandro.com and we can get these trucks out more often, holding politicians accountable.
I don't know. We're trying to figure out.
How can I get that? How you doing, sir? How are things? So, just so you know, this is private property right now, and we have a document being printed off right now that'll show proof that we do not want you or this vehicle in this parking lot. If you want to be across the street, people can see it, that's fine, off the property, but you can't be on the property. And we're getting a document that speaks to that. I'll give you a copy of that when it's printed. You guys can have your own cam mix just over there by CIBC. Okay. Does that sound fair? Okay, so until then, just hold off someplace where people can get by you, and wait for the documentation. We're going to move you across the street. Okay? Thank you very much.
So you're just requesting that we leave the property?
Well, yeah, just go across the street. You want to still be seen and be heard, but they don't want you on the property. The owner of the building here, who owns the parking lot, is very clear about this. We're getting documented proof of that to serve everybody, so they're on the same page.
Sure.
And it's a trespass.
Can I just hear your ID as a security guard, if you don't mind? It's just something that we do, if you don't mind.
I have no problem with that, sir.
Great, thanks.
That's me. Okay.
Yeah, wonderful. Thank you very much.
No
Really
worries. Thank you,
appreciate
guys.
that. Thanks.
Appreciate it.
We were pretty quickly ejected from the Calgary Stampede breakfast this morning. Tyler, Shandro, and a number of others were in attendance. But one of the great things about Stampede is there's no lack of Stampede breakfasts with politicians in attendance. We're going to continue bringing attention to the important story of these pastors and these businesses and these citizens of this great province who are facing jail time and facing threat because of their stance against the COVID restrictions. These politicians aren't going to get a free pass. They aren't simply going to get to move on. So we're looking forward to seeing folks at the next Stampede breakfasts. Adam here again for Rebel News, and it is day 2 of our Stampede edition Shame on Shandro truck. You guys, these trucks aren't cheap, but it's important that we continue to hold politicians accountable even when they're getting their fill of pancakes. If you want to help, go to shameonshandro.com. We are expecting Jason Kenney here today. We were at Tyler Shandro's Stampede breakfast yesterday, and who knows which Stampede breakfasts we'll be showing up at during the rest of the week.
You guys the Rebel News?
Yes.
Thank you very much for the broadcasting. I appreciate that. Watch you guys all the time. Thank you. Nice to see you. Thank you. Appreciate the news.
Appreciate that. Enjoy the pancakes.
What do you see here, bro?
I said, you want to come chat for a minute? I'm all for conservatives, but you guys give us a bad name. Very bad.
Arresting pastors is a good name.
Breaking laws, spreading death. Yes.
Zero.
Yes. No, I work at the hospital. I know. You don't
Zero
understand
cases.
anything.
0 cases at Fairview. 0. The jail they put Pastor Tim Stevens in,
Oh,
500.
So we can let people mingle until there's cases and an explosion.
They let
This has gone
people
worldwide,
mingle at
buddy.
every
Worldwide.
other denomination.
No, there's no arguing with you.
They
You
let
guys are
people
wrong as fuck away from me, you anti-vaxxer.
You're swearing.
Stay the away, you anti-vaxxer.
Auntie, what are you talking about?
That's what you are. I know you are. You people are the reason.
You're at a Stampede.
There's people
You're
dying.
at a Stampede
No,
breakfast
I'm speaking now.
a week
I'm
after.
speaking now, dickhead. There's people dying for this vaccine. And assholes like you, we have to hit 90%. You realize that, right? Do you know anything about statistical
Well,
modeling?
70 a week
epidemiology?
ago, but
Pardon?
it was like 70 a week ago, but sure.
Math and viral studies change, right?
Okay.
We evolve. Unlike people like you, there's no evolution with you. You're all you, me. This is a societal problem. You're a f***ing idiot. What about you? F*** off. Just f*** off.
What the hell is that?
Right now, with their 30% vaccination rate.
Know me in
No, it's a
any
fuck
way,
off.
shape, or form.
You're suckers.
That's a very bigoted.
We're supposed to be united. We got the communists we're fighting. Right? The NDP.
Like the people who love.
No,
Yeah.
you guys are breaking up the conservative movement here. We should be united, not this shit.
Well, you know, like
No, there's no excuse. This is wrong.
yeah, this is emblematic. You're not willing to listen. You're saying we need to be united, but
Yes,
you
we
won't
do.
hear
unite.
another word.
Well, this is not helping matters any.
Nor is arresting pastors. Nor is Sky Palace.
She's got a point. You're bringing up Sky Palace on that. You're just mimicking the NDP. I don't know why you don't go just join them. Because you're not doing the movement any good.
You know what though?
You're not doing the movement any good.
We're journalists though.
Are you?
So if the NDP locks up people, or the UCP, we don't give one
you're
party
not.
a pass.
I mean, I came close to donating money a bunch of times to Rebel, and
you know,
not after this
people don't
nonsense.
get a free pass just because of their political affiliation. We're going to call up questionable conduct.
No.
We're fair. We're not blinded by political allegiance.
This is fair.
Yes, we do the same thing for Rachel Notley.
That's who you should be going after.
We will, but we're going to go after everyone evenly. We're not a lobby group. We're journalists.
Come on, do more. And be ashamed of yourself. Besides.
So you're saying go for Rachel Notley, you said?
Absolutely, that's what you're supporting right here. Look, come on.
Criticizing someone.
Absolutely
supporting
criticizing the right
So do you
in
suggest,
favor of
hold
Rachel.
on.
You're doing
Do
a
you
good
suggest
job.
that we become the CBC
Yeah,
and tell
you
one
are the
party?
CBC, obviously.
No. The CBC only criticizes conservatives, doesn't criticize
Amen.
liberals. If we flipped the script and only did it one way, we'd be the same as them. We're going to criticize politicians fairly and evenly, and unlike Jason Kenney, we have principles. I don't care if it's Rachel Notley or Jason Kenney arresting pastors. We're going to cover them fairly and evenly. Period.
Country, freedom of speech. I love it. Freedom of speech.
Pastors need to be arrested. Watch that video, sir. Yeah, Jason Kenney needs to be arrested for going to the Sky Palace then. That's who you're supporting. Ridiculous. We've had a number of people come up and say that we're helping the NDP. That's nonsense. We will not become like the CBC. We don't want some state-funded opposition that's echo-chambering conservative talking points. We want real journalists doing real journalism, plain and simple, no matter who that means they're criticizing. If you screw up, if you're arresting pastors, if you're taking away people's fundamental rights, we are going to cover it and we're going to bring attention to that no matter who you are. When I learned the term pathetic fallacy in high school, I never thought I would use it. But today's weather is a perfect reflection of the mood of governing in this province. Casey, can we ask you a few questions?
I can't be really now because I have to run. But good to see everyone. I hope you guys are keeping well.
Yeah, will you meet with me and do an interview at some point?
At some point, yes.
You will. Wonderful. Thank you. I'll take it.
All the best.
Thanks. Saw Justin Trudeau the other day do this big stunt where he blocked off a road, had all these cops present, and then he snuck out a back door. That's pretty low, even for a politician. Well, Casey Madu drove right through. He even talked to me. He just even committed to giving me an interview at some point. Jason Kenney, on the other hand, his whole security team is here. They're present, but he's taking back exits and entrances to get in here. He can't even face. We're the only people here. There's no protests. It's me with one microphone, and Jason Kenney can't even drive by and answer a single question. Unbelievable. We've been to a number of Stampede breakfasts across the city with our Shame on Shandro truck. We saw Tyler Shandro yesterday at his Stampede breakfast. Today we are at a Stampede breakfast where Jason Kenney and Casey Madu are in attendance. But we aren't done yet. There's lots of stampeding ahead, so we're looking forward to seeing you at the next Stampede breakfast. So Jason Kenney is presently behind me flipping pancakes. As you can likely see, there is a very large crowd here, and they are all seeing our Shame on Shandro truck, which is parked right out on the street. If you want to help this initiative and hold politicians accountable, go to shameonshandro.com. If you're able to make a contribution, we can get these trucks out more often.